LinkedIn isn't hard, you're just making it hard. So let me tell you a story about the Wright brothers. Back in the early 1900s, every man and their dog was trying to build the first aeroplane, and the US government threw millions at their golden boy, Samuel Langley, just to make it happen. So Sammy Boy had the best tech, the best resources, and even the best engineers. Meanwhile, the Wright brothers, they had no funding, no fancy equipment, and definitely no engineers. They were just two lads with a bike shop and a dream. But here's the twist. While Langley was overcomplicating the whole thing, designing and developing super heavy aeroplanes, the Wright brothers kept it simple. They focused on testing, tweaking, and doing the work. And guess what? On December the 17th, 1903, the Wright brothers achieved powered flight. But your boy Sammy gave up after his second plane nosedived into a river. The lesson here? Stop overcomplicating shit. Right now, you're making LinkedIn harder than it needs to be. Posting content with no plan, ignoring the basics because they feel too small to matter, and you're wondering why you're not flying. I'm going to give you 6 cheat codes that'll strip away the bullshit. I'm going to show you how to start playing LinkedIn on easy mode, how to stop overcomplicating it and actually get results, the formula to create posts that hook your audience every single time, and why most people fail on LinkedIn and how to avoid their mistakes. So let's get into it. Cheat code number 1, get out of your own head. Let's address the elephant in the room. You're scared. You're scared of looking like a twat. You're scared that no one will like any of your posts. You're scared that your mates or your family are going to roll their eyes when you post about your business online. But the thing is, nobody's thinking about you. Nobody gives a shit about your posts because they're too caught up in their own business or their own life. And if you're paralyzed by imposter syndrome, let me spell it out for you. You are a fucking imposter. Yes, I said it. You are not yet the expert that you want to be, and that's fine. Every single person that you admire started at zero with zero credibility too. But the difference is, they started anyway. They kept showing up while you're busy deleting drafts and Googling how to overcome imposter syndrome. Stop waiting for confidence to just magically fall into your lap. It's not about fixing your self-belief first. It's about taking action, building skills, and letting your confidence catch up. Confidence comes after action, not before. You've got to do the work. And you know what this reminds me of? Rocky Balboa. In the original film, Rocky didn't win the championship because he was the most talented boxer. He didn't have the speed or the skill or even the money for any of the fancy equipment, but he had one thing. He showed the up every single day. Punching meat in a freezer, running through Philadelphia with his knackered trainers, looking like an absolute lunatic while everyone else just stayed at home. He didn't care what people thought. He just put in the reps, and when it was time to fight, he was ready. So ask yourself, are you showing up? Truly showing up? Or are you holding back? Like holding back because you're scared of what people might think, instead of going all out and punching LinkedIn in the face with your content. And if this hits you in the gut, here are a couple of things that you can do right now. Firstly, write a post that scares you a bit. Say something bold, call out some bullshit, or talk about a real down moment in your own life. Or just go and DM 5 people that you'd love to work with and tell them, even if it terrifies you. Then go to a mirror and look yourself dead in the eye and say these words. Rocky didn't ask for permission, and neither should I. I'm joking. We don't do mystical affirmations over here. So on to cheat code number 2. Stop playing LinkedIn like a slot machine. Right now, your content strategy is probably non-existent. You're posting whatever comes to mind. Zero plan, zero strategy, and wondering why your business looks like you bet your life savings on purple. But guess what? LinkedIn isn't a game of roulette. You don't win by throwing out random shit and praying to go viral. Every post that you create is a combination of moving parts. The idea, the hook, the story, the formatting, the CTA. If any one of these things fails, your post is dead on arrival, like a taxidermist sending out squirrels. But when you nail the system, posts stop feeling like a gamble and start feeling more like a science. Let's talk about David Beckham. Good old Becks. Specifically, that free kick that he scored against Greece in 2001 to get England through to the World Cup. Amazing free kick. And people called it magic. Magic, my ass. That goal was not luck. That was hours and hours of fucking relentless practice. Beckham wasn't winging it. He'd spent his entire career crafting and perfecting the art of free kicks. And your content should be the same. Stop winging it and study the formula. Then when it's time to post, you'll deliver every single time. Go and take a look at 10 posts from well-known creators that kill it on LinkedIn. How are they structured? What are the hooks like? Then create a checklist for every single post. Strong idea, killer hook, engaging story, and a CTA that's clear as day. And please don't worry about it being perfect, which brings us neatly onto cheat code number 3. Focus on being 1% better, not on being perfect. Most people in life stay stuck because they're waiting for perfection. Newsflash, your first 50 posts will be dog shit. Mine certainly were. But I kept posting because I knew each time I did, I was getting better. Stop trying to create a masterpiece every time you sit down to write. Now, there's a story about a pottery class that sums this up perfectly. The teacher split this pottery class into 2 groups. Group A was told that they will be graded or marked on creating 1 perfect pot. And Group B were going to be marked on the quantity or the number of pots that they created, no matter how ugly they were. By the end of the term, guess who had the best pots? Group B, the ones that focused on quantity. Why? Because by making dozens and dozens of crap pots, they learned through trial and error. Meanwhile, Group A were paralyzed by perfectionism, overthinking their single pot into mediocrity. You're doing the same thing on LinkedIn. Stop trying to create the perfect post. Post often, make mistakes, and get better with every rep. Because when you get better at posting, more people are going to hit your profile. So cheat code number 4 is super important. Stop ignoring your profile. Everyone harps on about digital real estate and LinkedIn being your digital storefront, but I like to compare it to meeting your in-laws for the first time. You need to make a killer impression fast, or you risk being the family joke forever. Because if you turn up late in some stinking tracksuit bottoms talking about this weird little hobby that you have and give the dad a wet handshake, you're not going to get them on side. But if you stride in, crack a joke, and show them you've got your together, you are golden. And if your profile doesn't immediately show them that you understand them, they'll abandon you faster than Logan Paul deleted his crypto scam tweets. Your profile needs to scream 3 things. This is who I am, this is how I can help you, and this is why you should trust me. And here are 3 ways you can do those 3 things. Rewrite your headline, make it bold and make it unique as hell. Say something different to everyone else and make sure it's personal. LinkedIn isn't just business anymore. Then, in your about section, use a really strong hook, something about the audience, their pain points, and then have a CTA underneath. Tell them what to do next. And finally, stack your featured section. You should have a demand magnet, social proof, and a link to book a call. Now, cheat code number 5, psychology always wins. This isn't nice for me to say, and it's not nice for you to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway. People don't give a toss about you. They care about what's in it for them. And if your marketing efforts aren't getting the right attention, that's on you. Not the algorithm, not the saturated market, you. And to win on LinkedIn, you need to think like a psychologist. What are your audience's fears? What are their desires? What's pissing them off every single day? Because when you write, you want to speak directly to those emotions. Curiosity, frustrations, relief. That's how you grab attention and keep it. Remember that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where Jordan Belfort asked someone to sell him a pen? Most people just start rambling about how good the pen is. It's smooth, it's durable, it's got a fantastic grip. Wrong answer. The right way to sell the pen is to address the buyer, not the pen itself, specifically the buyer's logical and emotional needs. Let me ask you, do you sign important contracts? Are you tired of using cheap pens that leak and ruin your documents? How much quicker do you think you could get your work done and get those deals signed if you had a pen you could rely on? How would that make you feel? The difference is you're not talking about the pen, you're talking about the person using it. And that's the mistake I see everyone on LinkedIn making. They're only marketing themselves, their skills, their achievements, their experience. Your audience doesn't give a They care about their dreams, their desires, their struggles. And your job is to tap into those emotions. Make them curious about what they're missing. Highlight those frustrations they're facing. Show them the relief that your solution provides. Forget the pen. Focus on the person holding it. And look, I know, this is not easy. If it was, everyone would be running their own business. So cheat code number 6 is to embrace the grind. Do you know why 80% of people fail on LinkedIn? They don't stick with it. Why? Because consistency is boring as It's constantly commenting, it's constantly posting, it's constantly sending DMs, even on the days where you don't feel like it. You know what this is, right? Yes, it's a light bulb, invented by Thomas Edison. Just imagine this. You've got an idea that could change the world, and you're in your workshop testing every material, every filament, everything possible to make it work. And nothing. Not after 10 tries, not after 100 tries, not even after 1,000 tries. It took Uncle Tommy 10,000 attempts. Most people will quit after the first 50, maybe 100 if you're a stubborn fuck. Thomas Edison kept going. Every failed attempt taught him something new. He got closer with every screw up, pardon the pun. And when someone asked him how he dealt with those failures, guess what he said? I haven't failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. That's the grind. It's boring, it's frustrating, it's repetitive as hell. But without those 10,000 attempts, the light bulb doesn't exist. So look, you're gonna write posts that flop, comments that go unanswered, DMs that get ignored. But every time you try, you're learning, you're getting better. The question is, will you stick with it long enough to actually get there? So as I said, LinkedIn isn't hard. You're just making it hard. These 6 cheat codes are your way off that hamster wheel. But cheat codes only work if you use them. So pick one, implement it today, and watch how LinkedIn changes for you. And if you want to go even deeper, there's loads of free resources in my LinkedIn featured section. Alternatively, if you're on YouTube, you can watch a full 2-hour LinkedIn course for free right now. Click this video here.